kind of sketch out the path ahead for the general election. And so to kick it off, we have some of our Senate Democratic leaders all gathered here to speak with you. We're going to have everyone speak and then take a couple questions at the end. I know there are a lot of folks on. We're probably not going to have time to get to everybody's questions. We're kicking off our homestead retreat today. So if folks want to follow up offline, you all have my contact information. Please feel free to send me a text, call, or email after we wrap up, and I can get you what you need. But to kick things off, we'll start with Senate Caucus Chair, Senator Mamie Locke.
Thanks, Grant, and thank all of you for hopping on with us this afternoon. As we look forward toward November, the stakes for Virginians in this year's elections are crystal clear. Our Senate majority has been the one thing standing between Virginians and the Republicans' extreme agenda. Senate Democrats have prevented Republicans in Richmond from banning abortion, making it harder to vote, rolling back gun safety laws, and more. This year's elections are about whether Republicans will have the power to enact dangerous policies or whether Virginians will stand up and vote to stop them. This fall will be the first time Virginians are voting for a full state legislature since Roe versus Wade was overturned. Republicans have not been shy about what they would do if they took complete control of the Virginia General Assembly, and they've been vocal about what they would do. Republican candidates for the General Assembly are campaigning on abortion ban with no exceptions. They will be a rubber stamp for Governor Youngkin, corporate tax cuts that would benefit his donors, but leave everyday working Virginians behind. Republicans are promising to get rid of gun safety legislation, pull Virginians out of the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, RGGI, and roll back voting rights legislation we recently passed. Senate Democrats have prevented these policies from becoming law, and we're running this year to continue to be that bulwark against Republican extremism. Across the Commonwealth, Democrats nominated candidates yesterday who are in strong positions to run well-organized campaigns to help us protect and expand our Senate majority. And we are going to do that come November. I'll now turn it over to Senator Surville.
Thank you, Chairman Locke. So Democratic voters yesterday sent us a clear message that we're ready to win in November. There's one thing that last night made clear. It's that abortion rights are a top issue for Virginia voters. As residents of the only state in the South that has not passed an abortion ban after Dobbs, Virginians want their freedom to make their own healthcare decisions to be protected. In the meantime, Republicans are promising to pass an abortion ban if they take control of the General Assembly. In fact, their most vulnerable incumbent kicked off her campaign by running an ad saying she supports an abortion ban. Make no mistake, abortion rights are going to be on the ballot in November, and Virginia voters are highly motivated to protect their rights. On top of our current members, we also have an excellent slate of candidates running in new districts to expand our majority. In the districts where Democrats had the best chances to pick up seats and expand our majority, we nominated the strongest possible candidate. Russet Perry in the 31st District in Loudoun and Fauquier County. Skylar Van Valkenburg, who's currently a state delegate. He's running in the 16th District in Henrico. Delegate Danica Rome is running for the Senate in Northern Prince William County in the 30th District. Joel Griffin is running in the 27th District, which is Fredericksburg, Stafford, and Spotsylvania. And Clint Jenkins is running in the 16th District, which stretches from Portsmouth and Suffolk all the way over to Dinwiddie County and Emporia. And so while we're going to miss some of our members who we've served alongside for years, we're in a strong position to win the races necessary to protect and expand our majority in the Senate. Our caucus is also on track to be more diverse than ever, with more women and people of color in the Senate Democratic caucus than ever before. We're going to be better prepared to represent all Virginians in Richmond. I just want you to think about the numbers for a second. We tripled the size of the AAPI caucus in the Senate. We also are going to elect the very first African-American senator from Northern Virginia in the history of the Senate in November, thanks to what happened last night. And now I'm going to turn it over to our finance chairman, Senator Jennifer Boyska.
Thank you so much. Stopping the GOP's extreme agenda is only going to be part of the question. And with an expanded Democratic majority in the Senate, we will be starting to lay out the groundwork for our vision for Virginia, a commonwealth where everyone's rights and freedoms are protected, where everyone is treated equally, where every child has access to a top-notch public education, and where our communities are safe, healthy, and affordable. Democrats are focused on building a more affordable Virginia. Holding drug companies accountable for lower cost healthcare and prescription drugs will save Virginians money. We're going to fight for Virginia workers, continuing our work to defend the minimum wage increase and other worker protections from GOP attacks. And we're going to continue investing in apprenticeships for technical education. And I will especially be pleased to continue fighting for paid family medical leave. We're going to fight to protect access for Virginia's rights and freedoms. That means standing up to the GOP's extreme abortion bans and any other legislation that threatens Virginia's freedoms to make their own healthcare decisions without politicians interfering. We'll protect Virginians' right to marry the person that they love, standing up against these attacks on our LGBTQ+ community. And we'll protect our democracy and fundamental right to vote by stopping the GOP's voter suppression tactics and defeating election conspiracy theorists at the polls. Democrats are committed to making sure that every Virginia has access to a world-class public education. We'll fight for more school funding to provide schools with the essential resources it needs to hire and retain the best teachers, maintain safe and modern buildings, and provide necessary resources for the best education for our students. We will stop Republican efforts to play politics with our children's education and whitewashing Virginia's history by banning books. We're going to fight for legislation that will make our communities safer and healthier. Democrats will focus on blocking Republican efforts to roll back bipartisan life-saving gun legislation and introduce more common sense legislation to keep our communities safe from gun violence, like safe storage bills that keep guns out of the hands of children. These priorities, growing our economy, protecting our freedom, investing in public education, and fostering safe and healthy communities, should not be partisan. We'll continue pushing for increased pay for our local law enforcement agencies to increase the staff shortage and recruitment for new officers. That's what we will be doing. And that's what Virginians, we believe, want us to focus on in Richmond. And that's what we're going to focus on this election season. Senate Democrats have the track record of delivering for our constituents and solving some of the toughest problems in the Commonwealth. And that's the track record that will help us protect and expand our majority in Virginia. And we are ready to go. Thank you.
All right, thank you both. We'll open it up for questions. If folks could raise their hand using the emoji, not your physical hand. I can ask to unmute you and we'll take a couple questions.